Is it week 2 power rankings or is it week 3 power rankings?
You're heading into week 3.
You can. It depends how you say it. You're like, hey, finishing up week 2, here are my power rankings. Or heading into week 3, here are my power rankings.
But so I didn't do a power ranking heading into the season. I only did it after week 1, and now I'm doing it after week 2.
So you can just say, following week 2, here are my power rankings.
So this is it?
Yeah.
So this is my week 2 power rankings?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Hit it. Now that I understand, it's week 2 power rankings. Top 10. Top 10. All right, here we go. Number 10 on my list. Hey, the Giants, baby.
Oh!
The New York Giants. You could say, oh, yeah, so what? You know who's the leading rusher through 2 weeks in the National Football League? Saquon Barkley. Quadzilla.
He's back.
Yeah, man. The New York Quadzilla. Ruling the New York Roost. And they're 2-0. Laugh all you want. Here come the Cowboys and Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush and the Cowboys aren't on my top 10. It's my New York Football Giants. They're 2-0. They're a top 10 team right now. And they're going to get better. One would think. Number 9 on my list. Look, for 7 quarters, they were a 2-0 team. Problem is, you got to play an 8th in order to get your 2-0 team. And for 7 quarters, we had an MVP candidacy budding, and he could still be an MVP candidate. Obviously, that 8th quarter was a doozy. But Baltimore Ravens are still my 9th ranked team on my list here. How can they be 9th? Their defense stunk. You know what? I think we might learn how good the Dolphins offense is going to be. I loved what Rod Woodson, we just hung up from, said. You can't let speed be fast. And the Ravens let speed be fast. And still, that said, I think they've got one of the best quarterbacks in the league, a sneaky good passing attack, and the running attack's only going to get better when J.K. Dobbins finally comes back. Number 8 on my list is the Los Angeles Chargers. I still like them. I'm genuinely concerned about how this quarterback is going to fare with his fractured rib cartilage. That's such a thing. How long will he be able to stand the pain? Will it linger all the way through a season? This is concerning to me, but the defense is filled with playmakers, and I like the Chargers. And number 7 is the other team in Los Angeles, or the Chargers are the other team in Los Angeles. I'll take the Rams. They're going to play better. They're going to play better. They're going to be better. I kind of dig them, and we'll see what happens with Arizona this week. It's Arizona versus the Rams. That's a fascinating week 3 game. I like the Rams as number 7. Number 6 are your Green Bay Packers. Boy, that rushing attack, huh? Right? The 2 Aarons got it done. They're only going to get better, I think, offensively. The young kids, the young guns are still going to make some mistakes, but Aaron Rodgers and that defense and that running attack can win more than not for the Packers, who've got the Bucs this week. Their hands are full. But I like the Packers number 7 on my power rankings. And those are the first 5. Here we go. Here's your top 5. Hey, folks, the Miami Dolphins are a top 5 team.
Hey. I agree with you.
Okay.
I agree with you.
This team can hit you in the mouth defensively, too. And this team is going to be a problem for most this year. It'll be interesting what happens when they play in cold weather. And 2 of this, 2 of that. You know, I don't know who did this, but I saw an interesting piece of video on Twitter. Somebody flipped the video, and to see Tua throw right-handed, and some of those throws, you're like, damn, he can throw it. I don't know what it is about seeing somebody throw left-handed. It really did change your way of looking at it. But at any rate, the Dolphins and this passing attack and this wildly successful and brilliant offensive mind at head coach and Mike McDaniel makes the Dolphins a 5 seed on my list here. That we're moving our way through the top 5 teams in my power rankings right here on the Rich Eisen Show week 2 power rankings. The Eagles are 4. The Eagles are 4.
Ooh.
I felt it in my bones about this team, and I know we're marathoning and we're not sprinting, but this division is the Eagles to win and or lose. And Jalen Hurts, man, he is just going to get better and better and better, and so is that defense. And Devontae Smith now had quite the day against the Vikings. They took the Minnesota Vikings and they knocked them straight off my top 10. They're not even in my power rankings right now. That's how impressive the Eagles were on their Monday night in front of the whole country, or at least half, with our audience split. Number 3 are the Bucs. I know the offense didn't really shine out at week 3 and week 2, but that's what happens when the Bucs face the Saints. But guess what? They came out out with the win. They came out with the win in a spot where they have not in the regular season in some time. That defense is championship quality, folks. Defense wins championships from back in the day. Well, this is back in the day. They can hit you in the mouth, and they are going to be a problem, and that's Kansas City. That's Green Bay's problem next. And when they get healthier on offense, now I guess Cole Beasley being added to the mix, they're 3. Number 2 are the Chiefs. Just so I can have Eric Stonestreet stop texting me every day about my Raiders pick to win the division. The Chiefs have now won in 2 different ways. One in which their offense is unstoppable and unbeatable, and you can't stop them when they're rolling on you with a 44 spot in week 1. And then in week 2, the Chargers defensively had them definitely off kilter in the first half of that game, but they still pulled that one out despite falling down by 10 points at home. They got a pick 6 from their 7th round pick. Both Watsons scored. Justin and Jalen, one on offense, one on defense. It shows you how good and deep a team they are. Number 1 is still Buffalo. Buffalo played the first card of the season. They played it on the Rams, and they played it in a very, very flamboyant way in front of the whole country. And then they let everybody else play 2 games before they played their second, and they let everybody else play their cards, and somebody try to make a hand, somebody try to maybe suck out on the river in the first 2 weeks, somebody try to reshuffle the deck, and the Bills are like, we've got the nuts. It sure looks like for the first 2 weeks of the season in this card-playing league, figuratively, they've got the nuts, man. They've got it all. And they are easily the number 1 team in my power rankings. And maybe the Dolphins can knock them off. Can't wait to see this week 3 contest coming up in South Florida. And that's my power rankings. Week 2 going into week 3. See, I just split by half like that.
Yes, well done, well done.
I appreciate that.
Well done. TJ and I had the same top 5 yesterday when we did ours.
And yours are on our YouTube page, correct?
On the YouTube page. But we had the Bucs and Eagles flipped. We had Eagles 3, Bucs 4.
Let me ask you this question, gents. Eagles play the Bucs now. Who wins? You take the Eagles?
No.
I think so. A little more explosive on offense.
That's the end of that. That's the end of that.
I think the Eagles win.
Well, here's the deal, though. We're saying now is in this week.
This week, week 3.
But
I'm saying you tell me power rankings, you got to live in the moment, right?
Week 3, Eagles win.
Yeah, I'm thinking big picture.
Really?
But if we're talking like to go to the Super Bowl, I'm.
The Bucs have the Bucs.
Tommy Brady.
Can't score any points.
Okay.
I mean, when they get healthy, maybe later in the season, they might be a little bit better if the defense is up.
Yeah, they got a lot of guys
healthy,
out.
But the Eagles' offense looks unstoppable.
Yeah, they do. So. I'm still taking the Bucs. But you have the same top 5 too? You put the Dolphins 5?
We had Dolphins 5, yeah.
And you swap the Bucs and the Eagles at 3 and 4, and it's 1-2 Bills Chiefs.
Yep.
You see that. So how about this? You're gonna find out about the Bills, right? Week 3 this week they take on the Dolphins, and then in week 6 they take on Kansas City at Kansas City, the spot of their bugaboo.
Oh, great.
Let's go. They do not. They play the NFC North. No, the Buffalo Bills play the NFC North. Yeah, so.
I mean, they have a hard schedule. At Miami, at Baltimore, at Kansas City, at Detroit.
Yeah, baby. That's Thanksgiving. Yeah, you can laugh all you want.
I think
that's Cincinnati.
That's going to be a fun game.
Hey, man, look.
Well, Cincinnati's playing season for draft position at that point.
Nicely done. You say what you will, but going into the season, one would think, again, they were the consensus pick. The teams that they would have to get through, beat, if you will, to win the conference would be Kansas City, Cincinnati. Yeah. You would throw Baltimore in there,
probably,
right?
Yeah.
You'd throw Tennessee in there. They were the 1 seed from last year,
I think
right?
So, yeah.
And they play them all. And then they play Miami twice.
Yeah, Bills have a really hard schedule.